Jesus says to the disciples, pay attention. That means don't be distracted. Don't focus on other things. Wake up. You understand? Don't let anything distract your attention, your energy, your mind from where you should be. Jesus says, pay attention. Take heed. Make sure. Because it's you. You talk about your eternal life or eternal death. And then Jesus, make sure that nobody deceives you. Because there will be in the church strange ideas. You know, earth was not created in 7 literal days. It was like 7 millions of years. There will be ideas in the church like, oh, you know, there is no Trinity. There will be ideas in the church like, what is the spirit of prophecy? There will be ideas. Make sure that you stand on the Bible. Don't let the winds that come and go move you like the wind moves a leaf. Stand on the Bible. That's the reason Jesus said when Satan came to him, it is written. Make sure that you pray. Make sure that you study. These are 4 more sermons. You'll find them in the quarterly day of prayer for next year. I gave a little summary of each. Make sure that you pray. Make sure you find when Jesus gives in Matthew 24, in Luke 21, and in Mark, you'll find these steps. He says, take heed, listen carefully, pray, watch. You remember? You'll find these words in Jesus. You'll find these words. Make sure that nobody deceives you. Basically, stand on the word. And then Jesus, after he tells them, he says, there will be wars. You remember? And rumors of wars. But that's not the end. There will be pandemics. But that's not the end. There will be earthquakes. But that's not the end. There will be catastrophes. But that's not the end. Jesus says these are the pregnancy pains, pangs, contractions. What are the pregnancy pains? I've never been pregnant, but my wife has been. And I watched her. And we were in Bucharest. I was a student in construction university. And my wife says, oh, I felt something. I said, you ate too much beans. It's gas. And then 4 hours later, she says, oh, again. I said, yeah, it's gas. And then 3 hours later, she says, oh, it was stronger and longer. And then 2 hours later, she says, oh. And it comes, increases in frequency. That means it comes more and more often, closer and closer and closer. 4 hours and 3 hours apart, then 2 hours apart, then 1 hour apart, then half an hour apart, then 15 minutes apart, then all the time. It increases in frequency, it increases in intensity, and it increases in, listen carefully, frequency, intensity, and pain. It comes 1 earthquake, and then 10 earthquakes, then 1,000 earthquakes, then 1,000,000 earthquakes. It comes 1 tornado, and then 10 tornadoes. It comes 1 fire, and then 10 fires. It comes 1 economical crisis, then 10. It comes 1 terrorist attack, and eventually there are so many, and not only 1 crisis in economy or wars, but all of them, these disasters, earthquakes, catastrophes, economy collapsing, wars, so many of them that people lose it. And Jesus says, that's not the end. The gospel is going to be preached to the whole world. Then, the end will come. And then, Ellen White says, Jesus told them how to prepare. And she says, Jesus taught in parables. So in Matthew 24, Jesus tells them the signs. And in Matthew 25, he tells them how to prepare. And gives them 5, how many? Parables. What are the 5 parables? The fig tree. Secondly, the faithful or unfaithful servant. Thirdly, the talents, when the master gives them 1, 2, 5 talents. Fourthly, the 10 virgins, and fifthly, the judgment, where he divides them into groups, and he says, come because I was naked, I was hungry, Lord, when have we seen you? You remember? He gives them 5 parables. If you watch carefully, all 5 teach you that how you prepare, you do what the master told you to do. You don't wait for Jesus. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. You don't wait for second coming by waiting. You wait by working. He takes to heaven those that he finds doing what he told them to do. Not the lazy and the comfortable. Lazy Adventists in my book are no Adventists. Because if you have been converted, you work. Ellen White says, everybody that has been truly converted, she says, has a passion for the lost. And she says, if you don't have a passion for the lost, she says, you have never been, you may have been baptized, you have never been converted. And then she says, you don't have a passion for the lost, you should be concerned for your own salvation. She says, when you are born in God's kingdom, you are born as missionaries. She says, not everybody can go to a foreign land, but everybody is called to be a missionary in his neighborhood. God didn't give you a house so you have a roof. God gave you a house because he loves your neighbors. God didn't put you in school so you have an education. He loves your classmates. God didn't give you a job so you have a salary. He loves your co-workers. And you are the watchman. If you don't give a signal, their blood will be required from your hand. If every church member did what Jesus told them to do, we will be home. And so Jesus says, that's how you prepare. Watch, pay attention, pray, study, work.